Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Well, today we're back on Supercard, just like every day. So right now, the Road to Glory event is going on. I'm on a Guerrero. I'm really hoping to complete the event, but I don't know if I can. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I probably should be able to, but yeah, I don't know. TBG's going on. I finished a little bit ago. I didn't realize that I already had enough energy cards for a little bit, but you know, it's okay. It's not bad, but like the females being incompatible and but it's kind of made up for because the Murphy and the Eric are compatible, which are my best and my third best card, respectively. So next, I'm doing okay on Women's Royal Rumble. I kind of stopped trying because I don't really feel like it, and yeah. Damn, these are some good cards. That speed is incredible. Yeah, these are some this is a really good equipment card. And then he has on these because they're still my best ones when it comes to overall stats. So yeah. It's actually all that's really going on for the most part. You know, I got my SummerSlam 20 fusion. I'm not gonna say who it was yet, but you guys will see later. Nightmare. I'm hoping for Liv Morgan because she needs more cards. She just got her first card since Nightmare tier, so you know, a bit unfair. And then a little bit more until I get back on my feet to SummerSlam 20. So that's coming in a day, and then oh well, here he is. Here's the guy. Kind of sucks that he was in here because I was meant to be surprised for later. But he's doing good. Whatever. Now the store for today. You got Remembrance. This is really, really bad. So basically how it works is so it shows you a draft board of 9 cards, and then asks you to pick one. And then there's 0 obstacles in the first one, so you get a free card from here. And then and then you keep going until you reach the 8th one. But on every draft board, there's one more obstacle than the last one. So the first one has no obstacles, the second one has an obstacle, the third one has 2 obstacles. And it's just really dumb and not worth it at all. Like, I feel like the odds should just be a lot better. Next we got October birthdays. It's your average random pack, you know. Got a few decent superstars in here, I guess. The odds are pretty atrocious, just like always. Fortification pack. It should just be Elemental and SummerSlam, honestly. That might be a bit too much, but like getting a Royal Rumble, I would actually cry. No. Next we got the Do It For Dewey pack again. God, they need to stop putting these out. Like, please. Oh, it's permanent. It's not permanent, but it's gonna be in here for a little while because it doesn't have a timer on it. Oh my god. Or no, it says right here, 40 minutes left. Next got the Fusion Feeder pack. So, yeah, these are the odds. Pretty decent. You know, normally there would be like 3 1%, and then everything else would be like 20. But, you know, a single 1%, which is the highest card, and everything else just kind of jumps up a bit. That's that. So let's check in on our cards. So I have 100 skulls. I could buy this, but I'm not going to. I'm just saving up for SummerSlam for the first one, and then I don't think I'm ever gonna get the chance to buy any of these. Well, maybe. I don't know. I'm probably gonna want to open at least one. Yeah. Melee? I'll probably open like one of them, maybe. I don't really know. Halloween's past. What's this? Okay, next let's move on to what cards I've gotten since last time. So, last episode. So, these are all my good cards. Obviously, I got him. Nothing too interesting going on. Fabian Ackner, not in any decks. She is barely indexed in any decks. Let's see here. I maxed out these two, and then I'm maxing out her right now for the pro, but I just pulled her off the draft board, which isn't bad, Alright. That's gonna do it for this part of the video. I'm pretty sure I might actually make one. I might make a second part on my computer. So that'd be nice. If you guys like a second part on my second account, I'm actually excuse me. I'm actually on it right now. So I'm probably gonna make a second part of the video looking at how I'm doing on there. So yeah. I'll see you guys then, or if I never do that, that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, then please press the like button. It's okay if you don't. Yeah. Bye. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the second part of today's video. Today, on the second part, I'm on my second account. I just called it Seth Rollins because he's like my favorite wrestler. So I have an Elemental and a bunch of three Royal Rumbles and a couple Vanguards. One of them being a Dolph Ziggler out of this pack, which was I opened 3 of them, so there was a 6% chance of me getting on there, and I got it, which is really lucky. Alright, so I tried recording this before, and it ended up being half an hour long, so I'm just restarting it completely, because even though it's kind of a waste of time, I don't care. I'm just gonna start going again, because I didn't like how long that was turning out to be. So, oh, sorry, I choked. I almost choked on something I was eating earlier. Jesus Christ. Don't know where the hell that came from. Sorry. But I'm on Big E. On my main account. I just finished Eddie Guerrero. This is a while after the last episode, so I'm like, I didn't just finish Eddie Guerrero. Like, I'm almost done with Randy. That's how long after. I recorded that other part, in the afternoon or something, and this part is being recorded at 12 o'clock. So this is a weird screen recorder thing. I'm using a different one from what I normally use, which I use for, actually I'm going to turn my audio on, which I used to use for everything else. I used to use for like Fortnite or whatever when I record those. I used to use something else, but that was started acting up, so I'm using something else right now. So yeah, as you can tell, this is on computer, because if you download something called BlueStacks, and then that makes it so you can get any like phone game you want. So for me, I've gotten WWE Supercard and also Cat Daddy's other game. It's called My NBA. If you can't tell, it's about NBA. So today we're going to be checking in on this account for the first time. This is kind of inspired by WTM Adam. He's another Supercard YouTuber, and he's kind of what I base my videos off of, because he's really funny and whatever, and you can tell he knows what he's doing, and he just like, I don't know, he's a really good YouTuber and whatever, and I like how he does everything. So I sort of do a similar thing. Like, he normally looks at the events and then goes into the store. He started a second account, so it's not. This is partially like I partially started recording. I'm gonna start recording on my second account because of him, but for the most part not, because he's doing it for a different reason. I'm just kind of starting to do it because I don't know. I kind of feel like it. So let's get into the actual video. That was like a 3-minute intro into this. So first, let's start off. I was rambling on about this for a while in my other attempt to record. This time, I'm hopefully going to successfully do it. So you see how none of these things are partially trained up. All these, except for the Ray, but that doesn't count because that was a while ago. So when you first start your new account, like completely on scratch, you just want to grind out a bunch of games, and then by that point you probably have a at least okay card on your team. You'll of course have the free pack, and whatever that card is most likely going to be what you're going to start out with. So that ended up for me. Get out of here. For me, that ended up being this guy right here. So I fully trained him out, did everything good with him. So now he's just doing great or whatever. Yeah. But always start off by fully training up something good, and slowly start training up everything else. It's gonna take you a while to get cards like these, but once you get into like, I'd say SummerSlam 18 tier, it's gonna start becoming really easy to tier up. So you can just get a bunch of tiers up, and then open a few nice packs in the store. Once you start getting to my tier, which is Nightmare, like around there, it starts getting harder to just breeze through the tiers. So you want to start like sort of planning out your future pretty early on in the game. That sounds weird. It sounds like a real life thing, but just bear with me for a sec. So I did not follow these rules, but I realized how smart they were now when I'm in Nightmare tier. So once you get into one of those decent tiers and you start getting cards like these, 3 Royal Rumbles, an Elemental, a few Vanguards, all that stuff. You want to start thinking about, you want to start actually thinking before you train them up. So you want to find a little middle point in there, a little middle point of, of their max potential. So if you were like me, which I didn't do this at the time because I wasn't actually thinking about that. For me, I have an Elemental and 3 of these guys and 2 Vanguards. What I should have done was put everything to about 1,000,000. Get every card to around there. But I sort of did a bit late though. Like I got him to 1,000,000. Originally this was like my first good card. I got him to like 1,000,000, and then I got him to like 1,000,000. And then I trained him up a bit further before I got anything else. So I kind of blew out of proportions before I actually finished it. But for me it would have been like 1,000,000. So you want to find that sweet spot like that. And then you want to train all of your good cards up, all of your best cards up to around there, no matter what level it is. You want to train it up to about the 1,000,000 mark. That will probably get you in like Nightmare like I'm in. So you want to try your hardest to not put any card too far. But also, if your females are so much worse than your males, you want to put them in 2 completely separate sections. So, like I said, this is a completely new recorder, so it lets me use this cool drawing thing. But if your females are pretty far off from your males, like me, you want to put them in 2 completely different sections, and just ignore them. Don't let them cross paths or whatever. Keep them parallel to each other, but one's a lot slower than the other. So once you get to what am I even saying? Once you find that sweet spot, which it will be separate for the most part. It will be separate when it comes to your males and your females. So if you're like me and only have end up after all those packs and whatever from teaming up, if you only end up with 2 good females like me, never train them up too far. Just go into women's giants. This is a bit difficult for me because I have these 4 and then it's just a huge drop off. But this already is a huge drop off. Just these 2 cards. Oh my god, I'm tired. What I should have done is identify the situation and realize that I should just train this up to only about 500k. Same with this. And this was already trained up to the point that it is right now. And also same with this. But I should have trained everything up to about 500k. So that's not overdoing it like this. So like you see with what my deck is, this plus this or this or whatever is really the only way that this card can get defeated. Now when you go into women's giants or whatever, which let me show you. When you go into women's giants, there are a couple of different types of games that do that, that do this. It'll create a random account and it will mimic your deck. So like this one, it's called Shifty. This is not a real person. It is a robots deck. So it will have a card at 1,000,000 like me, and it'll have a couple others around the 5,000,000 mark like me. So basically it will mimic what you have, which is very, very key. You want to use that to your advantage, and you want to make sure that not all the cards. That's really freaking annoying that she just died that early. See, that becomes a huge problem because now, since they mimic my deck, now their card that's around the millions, that's around the 1,000,000, like my card was, it can literally just come in and just end my whole career because I can't really do anything because nothing else anymore is good enough to beat it. So I need 2 really good cards plus probably another mediocre card to beat that. But other than that, it would just dominate everything. So, like I said, you should just really make sure nothing is too far above anything else. Otherwise, this will happen. Where I'm lucky that it didn't come early, but they're a card that's around the millions, which they mimicked for my deck, is gonna swoop in and make life difficult. Because there's basically no possible way for me to beat that card now, unless I combine two really good cards, and it happens to be the same stat. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you should never have a card that's too good compared to everything else. And you want to do this, so you want to find that sweet spot, and like I mentioned earlier, that'll be around the 500k mark for my females, and around the million mark for my males. You want to get everything good, trained up to that point, and then you want to wait until everything calms down a bit, everything slows down, you stop getting really good cards, and you just want to, sorry I'm tired. It's literally midnight right now, and I just really wanted to get a video out. So you want to find a sweet spot to get every card at, and then once everything is there and you're ready, you can fully max all of them out. So by doing that, you're keeping everything balanced, and for the most part, nothing's going to be too far above anything else. And then once you get to that point where all your good cards are maxed out, like, I didn't do this originally. I didn't do the strategy that I'm talking about right now originally. Originally, I started it, and I unintentionally started doing that strategy, and then I ended it. So I originally got him and trained him to the million. And then I got him and trained him to about 1 million. And I got him and trained him to the point that he's at right now. And then I stopped that by training him up even further. What I should have done is kept him at his point and trained another card like this up to about 1 million. That way everything will be balanced, so decks like this and this won't be too unbalanced, because, well, specifically like Royal Rumble. Because if their version of this guy comes out and my version of him is already dead, then I would need like a combo of him and one of these two to beat that thing. That's why you want to keep everything not too far away from each other. So, yeah, this video, I'm actually pretty lucky that I had that other version that failed, because this time I'm actually going in with a plan, because I realized what I want to be talking about today. Jesus Christ, I don't even feel that tired, but it's just, I'm just yawning like crazy. But thank you guys for attending my TED Talk. Wear a mask in public, just for the safety of others. No one cares if you don't like them. Just wear it and everybody will be happy. Just shut up and don't bother. If everybody else gets worried about it, don't share your opinion. Just go along with it. So stay safe, wear a mask in public. Oh, by the way, I want to tell you guys a story. So, probably during the outro is probably not a good time for this, but let me tell you an example of me wearing a mask when it's important. So, probably about 4 years ago, I used to do these horseback riding lessons, and so today I came back and did one for the first time in like those 4 years. and it was with the same person that always did it before. And so everybody was wearing a mask. It was nice and safe. And and nobody was being upset at me for wearing a mask. If you do believe that masks are not good and everyone's lying to you, just don't bother worrying everybody else by not wearing a mask. If you don't want to wear it, who cares? Wear one anyway for everybody else, so everybody else stays calm. Like I said, it was probably not a very good idea to put that in the outro, but stay safe, wear a mask, respect your elders, and bye.